Well, good evening, folks, and thanks for showing up, and thanks to those that have the time to take in what we're doing here today, the town's business, and I guess our first meeting in 2021. So I certainly want to welcome everybody back. Wish everybody a happy new year, to staff and to our councillors. Of course, 2021 being an interesting year with election year, and so I encourage people who are considering it to size it all up and get involved. Either vote for the people that you want there or disagree with the people who are there that you don't want there. And of course, there's always someone that'll debate that one. Having said that, I guess we'll have some chat about this moving further when we move through. But so I'll continue on with the agenda. First, the adoption of the agenda as the minutes. First, the adoption of the meeting agenda for January the 19th, 2021.
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Uden, second by Councillor Hillier. All those in favour? Those opposed? Motion carried. Adoption of the meeting minutes from December 15th, 2020.
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Tilley, seconded by Councillor Bursey. All those in favour? Those opposed? Motion carried. Business arising from previous minutes? Being none. Visitors, presentations, and petitions? There being none. New business. Deputy Mayor Murphy.
Thank you very much, Your Worship. Just very briefly, of course, we all know that this week, or last Friday, the Premier dropped a writ, and we're going to be into an election in February 13th, I believe. Anyway, I'd just like to take this opportunity to firstly thank all of those who served with government or provincial government over the past few years. Thank all of those who served with government or provincial government over the past few years, and I'd like to wish all candidates, no matter which party, all the best. And it's a hard time of year to be campaigning, but I'm sure we'll get it done. The other thing, Your Worship, is, of course, this being the 19th of January, so this time last year we were right to our proverbial necks in snow. It was a hard year, that along with our pandemic, so I'd like to wish everybody a happy new year. And looks like we're going to get our first beat of snow come Thursday into Friday, so I'd like to encourage everybody to be safe and look after each other, and hopefully it won't be as bad as this time last year. So for that, thank you very much, Your Worship.
Thank you very much, Deputy Murphy. Councillor Uden.
Sorry. I did attend the Northeast Avalon Joint Town Councils last week, and we discussed quarries. So I know we've written a few letters, and there's a few proposed quarries for the Foxtrap area. And I know we have, besides them being on our headwaters, we have severe concerns with regards to they're also an entry point into our town, and you know, the effect on recreation users. I just asked, I know we probably sent along letters, but I think we should CC every single councillor in the city of St. John's who are part and parcel of that decision, or at least copy them on any correspondence with related to that, because the Deputy Mayor of St. John's indicated that, you know, we got to be aware of issues with conception-based housing if we're going to vote against. So I just want to make sure there's a healthy line of communication there and so forth. I guess secondly, I'd just like to echo yourself and the Deputy Mayor's comments with regards to the provincial election, and thank those that have served, and wish the lovely men and women who put themselves forward. Is not an easy thing to do, and tell residents keep an open ear and ask them questions, and we're certainly going to need the province's help over the next 4 years, and hopefully we can get the candidates in place to do that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Uden. Councillor Tilley.
Thank you, Worship. I just got one this evening. I got an email a couple of days ago regarding a resident asked me why we still send our bills out in the mail, and of course he was very, I guess, concerned as to why we're going through that extra added expenditure, and of course he recommended that we should sign up for electronic bills. So I went on to explain to him that we've had that in place for a while now, right? So we just encourage people that you know, if you did get your bill paper-wise in the mail in the last couple of weeks or so, if you don't intend to do that in future, by all means, go on to our town website and you can register for e-bills as well as our resident alert. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Tilley. Councillor Hillier.
Your Worship, just want to echo Councillor Uden's comments on the quarries. We talked about those here prior to Christmas and obviously expressed some concerns, and I agree with them. We need to maintain that communication between us and the City of St. John's, where basically these decisions are being made. Thank you.
Councillor Bent.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'll turn myself off and on there, but I just don't have anything this evening specifically. I just want to say it's good to get back and get back to the business of the town. And I just want to note a couple of things, and I know nobody else did it, but I'll do it. So there's been some changes on committees, and I guess for the next while anyway, at the discretion of Your Worship, I'll be serving on the Economic Development and Tourism Committee, and for the first time since being elected, I'm on the Finance and Administration Committee, and pleased to be so. So that means that I've had an opportunity to serve on all committees here at the town, and coming with the Economic Development and Tourism Committee, looking forward to helping out with the town's tourism committee specifically, and again with the BIA, the Downtown CBS Business Association. So that's it this evening. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you, Councillor Bent. Councillor Bursey.
Yes, Your Worship, I got three this evening. The first one is the exception-based South Light Walk. The first time of the year, the Light Walk is officially ended, with very positive feedback from residents and visitors. The attractions brought visitors from to exception-based South and provided a unique opportunity for people to celebrate the season while also keeping a safe under COVID-19 guidelines. A big thank you to the Manus River for partnering with the town on this attraction, as well as all the staff who built and installed the lights and helped make display possible. The next one, Your Worship, is the 2020 Sports Awards. Nominations are currently open for 2020 Sports Awards and will close on February 19, 2021. Participants can submit all nominations diligently and will be available on the town's website as well. Thank you, Your Worship. That's it for this evening.
Thank you, Councillor Bursey. Councillor Butler.
Thank you, Your Worship. It's gone off again. Being contrary tonight. I don't have a whole lot to input tonight, only to wish everybody a happy new year, residents and council and staff, and it's another year, and as many have mentioned, it's an election year. It's going to be a busy year election-wise. You're three elections probably this year, so by the time they get to us, they might be tired of it all. But yes, certainly I thank all who have served, and I wish them all the best in their campaigns. It's not an easy thing to do, especially this time of the year. I did it back in 2015, and it was a hard time to be knocking on doors with snow and rain and cold weather. But wish them all well, and just want to say I'm glad to be back and looking forward to this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Butler. Councillor Davis.
Yes, Your Worship. I just want to advise that trail counters were installed along the trailway November 21st, 2020, in the areas of Heritage Road, Station Road, Brayside Place, Manuels River, and Spruce Hill Road. These counters will provide us quantitative data on the usage of our trailway system to guide our future programming and development decisions. I am pleased to report that during the last 6 weeks of 2020, 34,881 passes were recorded. We will be reporting on a monthly basis going forward. The committee are thrilled to see this initiative in place and look forward to future counts as we enter the spring and summer seasons.
Oh, sorry. First of all, a couple of things I have to bring up. First of all, I want to congratulate those who took the time to decorate their houses, and we acknowledge them by giving them an acknowledgement and an award for doing such. The town of Conception Bay South, I can say, There was an awful lot of people took the time to put up their lights and get into the Christmas spirit, especially a year like we've had, and I just want to acknowledge all the work and some of the extra work, I guess, that some of our residents took the time to do was certainly noticed. And on a couple of occasions, actually, I took great delight in driving around and seeing some of the well-lit spots. So again, congratulations to all those who took part, and looking forward to next year again when everybody, I guess maybe everybody had a little more time, put a little more effort into it this year. They weren't out and about as much and going to Christmas socials and so on, but it was certainly good, and I hope to keep all them decorations for next year, regardless of where we're to in the COVID world. The Manuels River Light Walk, probably that will come up in committee later this evening. I don't know if it's on anyone's agenda, but I happened to have a chat with, and I'd be very frank with you, I was a bit of a skeptic about it because I was concerned about the numbers and safety and so on, but it was a phenomenal event, and my hat's off to our staff in particular, who some of them had to work throughout Christmas to make that happen, and the people who came up with it before and after. It was something only that we can expand and grow on. It bought, I think, Manuels River, from the conversations I had with their director, they bought an additional 5,500 visits to their website alone. And like crazy little things, they had hundreds of people contacting them from outside the town looking for directions to the Manuels River Trail just to come and see what it was all about and enjoy it. So, you know, talk about the little things that you can do that'll be tourism drivers within your own area. That's something that I think we got to look at and probably continue on in a bigger and better way in years down the road. And again, I want to thank Manuels River for taking part, and again, our staff for the initiative and moving it forward. So it's certainly not lost on any of us here on council. We just witnessed, we just said 34,000 people used our trails. I'm sure majority residents, but I know a lot of people who come here now because of the trail network. And just earlier, Councillor Hillier was talking about it, that one of the plans in our last cultural and recreation plan, master plan, was that we have more walking trails. And now we have a significant amount of walking trails. And I mean, it's for the health of all our residents, obviously. And you see 34,000 passes. That's pretty incredible, pretty good. I'd like to mention a gentleman tonight, and I don't know if it's even appropriate, but I'm going to do it anyway. Behind Brian's Auto Body a couple of weeks ago or a week ago, I saw some stuff on social media of this mess that was left, and I was disgusted, to be frank with you. And I had planned to see if there was something we could do to clean it up. But before I even got a chance to get to that level, that there was a gentleman who took the time with multiple garbage bags and went and cleaned it up. And I'm telling you, if you saw the pictures, it was unbelievable behind Brian's Auto Body, down by our beautiful trail system and our Manuels River Center. And this gentleman, Colin Haynes, took the time to get down and bag it all up and for taking it away. So I don't know how, I have no address or I have no knowledge, and I assume it was Colin Haynes because I've seen it mentioned on social media, and you can't believe everything you hear on social media, but I think that if we can do it at all, we could send him a letter of congratulations, or if Bay South. A phenomenal undertaking, and that was Dallas Whittle and Joanne Rooney. I think it's a great idea, and I mean, I know some of our streets, we'd like to have more sidewalks and so on. You know, we've started a sidewalk program, but these ladies took it upon themselves to do that, an incredible journey. And maybe there's something that our own recreation staff can do when the weather breaks to do some kind of encouragement to get people active and tying in trails and our streets, because we have some beautiful historic streets even in some parts of town. Actually, in the Topsail area, there's been historic walks, but it's not only that area. I mean, we got in every community there's walks we could have of a historic nature. So maybe we can learn from these two ladies and tie that into our current trail system and be some way to, I guess, encourage people to get out and about and be active and stay healthy. Of course, yes, most people have got their tax bills or will be getting them over the next few days. They probably all have them now. Do they, Director of Finance? I think most of them are out by now. And I encourage people, because you have to start these payments, so get involved. If you want the equal payment plan or if you have questions, now is the time. Don't let it go till it's past the deadlines and then these equal payment plan options do not exist. Take advantage of it. It's there. It's a great idea. It's a way to help burden the taxes. Like I said, nobody likes paying taxes, me included, but it's an unfortunate thing that we all have to do, and we have to do it for the rest of our lives. So please, make sure to have a serious look at your tax bill. If there's any issues with it, or if you need to get involved with the equal payment plan, there's no, what should I say, there's no embarrassment to be part of an equal payment plan. I do it on just about everything I own, so, like most of us. So please, I find that to be the less burden on you over the full year to pace it out. So I'd encourage people to have a look at that option. Election 2021, I got to comment on that too. I've had a look at the candidates that we have in place now in our, 3 ridings that are in Conception Bay South, and I have the utmost confidence. I think it's the strongest slate of candidates, of people involved in election in our town in a long, long time. The competition, so regardless who was to win, you can honestly say that these people's heart and conviction to their role is in the right place. And like I said, regardless of what political party you're with, I think there's some really credible people running this time around, and that's great. That bodes extremely well for the town of Conception Bay South, and I want to wish them all the best. Naturally, we all have our own biases, and I'm sure we'll share some laughs and jokes and jabs throughout the campaign, and probably even more when it's all over, but depending on who wins and loses. But that's the way it rolls. But I'm more than confident that whoever wins, we'll have some great people. And I wasn't going to go down this road, but I think it's important that I do. So we just saw in the U.S., because of social media and the impact social media can have on things, we saw a whole marching onto a Capitol building that was created by an individual who was followed by millions of people on social media. And I guess between, I don't know if lies is the correct word, but certainly innuendos and open-ended statements and so on, that what you saw was a mass of people going in the wrong path. Many of them led by apparently a leader who believed in that. So I want people to be cautious when they're using social media. You've got a number of people running now who are putting themselves out there, and God love them, you got guts enough to put yourself out there. Keep it to the issues. Leave the personal stuff out of it. There's no place for it. There's no need of it. Keep it above board and keep it to the issues. Because, you know, there has to be a way, and I hope that with time we find a way to keep people respectful.
Your Worship, the final blanket statement from our meeting of January 12th. Be it so resolved that the decisions and recommendations made at the Planning and Development Committee meeting on January 12th, 2021 be accepted as permitted. So moved.
Seconder? Councillor Tilley, discussion? All those in favour?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Councillor Hillier.
Thank you, sir.
Recommendations of the Engineering Public Works Committee, Chair Councillor Gerard Tilley.
Thank you, Your Worship. The following are presentation on January 1st, or January 12th, sorry, 2021. The first one has to do with our 2021 capital fleet. In alignment with Council's mandate to provide consistent, high-quality services, the town has budgeted to replace aging equipment in 2021. The equipment scheduled for replacement ranges from 10 to 16 years of age and are utilised in operations throughout the year. So be it so resolved that approval be given to call the following tenders: purchase of a 2021 or newer tandem axle dump truck, purchase of a 2021 or newer rubber tire backhoe, and further, be it so resolved to purchase 3 light-duty pickup trucks from the provincial MASH tender specifications at an approximate cost of $105,000 plus HST. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Uden. Discussion? All those in favour? Aye. Those opposed? Motion carried.
And Your Worship, before we get on to the blanket recommendation, I just wanted to bring up a few things that's happening in the public works world. Just want to remind people that we have a traffic assessment webpage. Residents can go to the town's website. That includes an interactive map that showcases collected traffic data such as traffic volume and speed for many of our streets. You can view traffic calming locations in progress, as well as active traffic calm neighborhoods, complete with photos. So we kindly ask that you just log on to our website and just visit any street in particular that you're wondering what it's all about. And as well, we are expecting our first major snowfall of the season, Thursday into Friday. So I'd like to kindly ask residents remind that the winter parking ban is still in place. And of course, the less vehicles that are on side of the roads in front of your properties, the easier it is for our town crews to get the work done. So the blanket recommendation, be it so resolved that the recommendations decisions made at the Engineering and Public Works Committee of January 12, 2021 be accepted as presented. So moved. Aye. Thank you, Worship.
Thank you, Councillor Tilley. Next, we have recommendations, the Recreation and Leisure Services Committee. Chair, Councillor Junior Bursey.
Yes, Your Worship. Just part of the recommendation, in late November of 2020, the town put out a request for proposals for a recreation and culture master plan. It's our hope that this plan will establish guidance and direction for the future of recreation and culture, services, opportunities in the Exception Bay South. The plan will aim to engage key partners, stakeholders, and the general public to ensure all perspectives are considered when identifying the town's future recreation and culture needs. The RFP 20-07 Recreation and Culture Master Plan, approval to award recommendation. Be it so resolved that approval be given to award RFP 20-07 Recreation and Culture Master Plan to Track Consulting Incorporated for a cost of $77,845 plus HST. Funds are taken from the project account. So resolved.
Second, Councillor Hillier, discussion? I'd just like to say that this is one of the things that we're doing here that I'm really excited about, actually. I mean, we're setting the course for the next number of years, probably 8-10 years, of where we're going to be with our recreation facilities, but also our cultural facilities. And that's something I think that as a town we're probably lacking. So hopefully there's something good that will come out of that to recognize some of the cultural, I guess, shortcomings that we have with the town, as well as our recreation shortcomings, because I guess we've been talking about a community centre and so on for a long time. I know people in the community has talked about for a long time, as well as performing space and so on. So we'll see where that all takes us as time goes on. So I'm looking forward to it, and there'll be lots of ways and times for people to have input into the decision that comes back to this council at some point. So looking forward to it.
Your Worship, the blanket recommendation for the recreation and the leases.
One second, Bud, if I could.
Yeah, go
We
ahead.
just got a, so that's discussion. All those in favour? Those opposed? Motion carried. All right, sorry, Councillor Bursey.
Sorry, Your Worship. And the blanket recommendation is be so resolved that the recommendations and decisions made at the Recreation and Leisure Service meetings of January 11th, 2021 be accepted and presented. So moved.
Thank you, Councillor Bursey. Next, we have recommendations of the Finance and Admin Services Committee. Chair, Deputy Mayor Richard Murphy.
Thank you very much, Your Worship. The first recommendation comes from the Committee of the Whole meeting earlier tonight, meeting number 1. Be it so resolved that tender number 20-14, protective clothing, be awarded as follows. Work Authority, $25,042.38. McLaughlin Supplies Limited, $6,592.48. Vallon, $5,740.32. Campbell's Ship Supplies, $10,588.07. And Bellman's Industrial Supply for $3,702, and funds are available in the so noted accounts. So moved. The next one, Your Worship, is the accounts payable check register. Be it so resolved that approval be given to pay accounts payable checks totaling $796,332.56. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Davis. Discussion? All those in favor? Those opposed? Motion carried.
Ratification of manual checks previously released. Be it so resolved that approval be given to ratify the payment of manual checks previously released totaling $415,079.53. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Davis. Discussion? All those in favor? Those opposed? Motion carried.
The next one is capital invoices. Be it so resolved that approval be given to pay capital invoices totaling $244,108.58 as per the attached table. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Bent. Discussion? All those in favor? Those opposed? Motion carried.
Tax and other receivables adjustments. Be it so resolved that approval be given to adjust tax and other receivables accounts as per the following. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Bent. Discussion? All those in favor? Those opposed? Motion carried.
The next one is COVID-19 stimulus program funding. Be it so resolved that approval be given to accept COVID-19 stimulus funding from the Department of Environment, Climate Change and Municipalities in the amount of $149,290 for the Town Hall landscaping project. And further, be it so resolved that the town confirm that its 10% cost-shared contribution is $13,538.14. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Butler. Discussion?
Just good to see this project moving along in another fashion, Your Worship.
Yep, sure. All those in favor? Those opposed? Motion carried.
Municipalities, Newfoundland and Labrador, and professional municipal administrators membership fee. Be it so resolved that approval be given to ratify payment of membership fees for 2021 for municipalities, Newfoundland and Labrador, and the professional municipal administrators in the amount of $18,177.56. Funds are available in the appropriate account. So moved. And the next one is for the Federation of Canadian Municipalities. Be it so resolved that approval be given for payment of the 2021 membership fee of the Federation of Canadian Municipalities in the amount of $6,539.41. Funds are available in the so noted account. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Hillier. Discussion? All those in favor? Those opposed? Motion carried.
I just want to add, Your Worship, that the two previous recommendations are just an annual thing that allows us to, continue our membership in the professional organizations that we work with on a daily basis. Okay, number 8 is an order for 201 Conception Bay Highway. Be it so resolved that the order issued on January 6, 2021, under the Municipalities Act 1999 and the Town of Conception Bay South Waste Disposal and Property Regulations, ordering the property owner to remove all wrecked, dismantled, and inoperative vehicles, vehicle parts, tires, and debris from a property located at 201 Conception Bay Highway be confirmed. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Bursey. Discussion? All those in favor? Those opposed, motion carried.
And order number 22 Northbridge Lane, be it so resolved that resolution number 20-065 passed at council's meeting on March the 3rd, 2020 be rescinded. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Bent. Discussion? Those in favor? Those opposed? Motion carried.
And the final recommendation, Your Worship, is be it so resolved that the recommendations and decisions made at the Financial and Administrative Services Committee meeting of January 12th, 2021 be accepted as presented. So moved.
Seconder? Councillor Butler, discussion? All those in favor? Those opposed? Motion carried.
That's it for me, Your Worship. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Murphy. Okay, next recommendation is the Economic Development and Tourism Committee Chair, Councillor Cheryl Davis.
Yes, Your Worship, one recommendation from our meeting held January 12, 2021. It's for, Conservation Group, Green Team 2021. Recommendation, be it so resolved that approval be given for the town to contribute $3,500 for the purpose of hiring 4 youth to comprise a Conception Bay South Parks Commission Green Team for 2021, pending a partnership with Conservation Corps Newfoundland and Labrador. Funds are available in the account so noted. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Hillier, discussion?
Yes, Your Worship, the town has been incredibly blessed to have amazing youth from our town to be part of the Green Team each summer. This recommendation this evening supports our application for 2021. Should we be successful in our application, we will hire 4 youth to assist our Parks Commission members with their value projects.
All those in favor? Contrary-minded? Carried.
Yes, Your Worship, just a blanket statement. Be it so resolved that recommendations and decisions made at the Economic Development Tourism Committee meeting of January 12, 2021 be accepted as presented. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Hillier, discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. Okay, thank you, Councillor Davis. Moving right along, other committee reports. There being none, we'll call to a motion to adjourn. Deputy Mayor Murphy, seconded by Councillor Davis. Well, thank you very much for those who have joined us from afar, and have a good